Hello everyone and welcome to the first episode of Charwell. Now this is Charwell Farm, the Farming Agency Edition. Link will be below. It's available on ModHub. This is Lancey Boy's map that was modified by the Farming Agency. So I'm quite excited to play this one. Now this was a continuation of Geiselsberg, so we have transferred all of the money. And basically I've bought a fair amount of land, and all we've got left of 2.4 million is £188,000. That should say pound. Let me fix that. Okay, that's fixed. So I will show you the machinery we've got as we go around. You can see over here, obviously there is a Mahindra Retriever. That's because I just wanted a little car, and all of the cars available, all the base game cars are all very American-ish, and even the ones available on ModHub, I wasn't that convinced. Oh look, an air conditioning unit on the side of a brick house. That's quite a novelty. So, land. We've bought a fair amount of land. I've bought land in different places as well. So we've got the forest up here. We've got two big fields. The BGA was bought for 0. We've got this second yard that I've bought. Grass field over here, and then a bunch of fields around here, including our cow area. We don't have the cows yet. The cows need to be delivered later once we've got some stuff. Now what we're going to do is we're going to start. In fact, we'll take the retriever. So let's get in here. Let's go over to the field. We've got 2 jobs to do today. Now I'm not going to bother putting rules up on the screen or anything like I used to. Instead, I'm just going to tell you the rules. Basically the same as what it was before, but we can now have 2 workers because we've got a lot more land and we'd never get anything done. So here we go. Here is the first machine. Probably the most expensive machine I bought. It is the Fendt 1050 in the silver grey. So this bad boy has got, I'll show you in here, I don't want to give too much away. Here we go. So we're in the Fendt, we bought this version, and we bought the 1050, so we've got 517 horses under the grill. Very, very nice. This is going to do our big heavy work, such as this first job that needs to be done, which is of course to get this field ploughed up. Now the reason for ploughing it up is because it had beet in here before, so we need to get it all ploughed. It's not the biggest field in the world, but we do have quite a large plough. I'm also very tempted to even this field up a little. Something I have noticed is that for some reason the edges of the field are very straight. It's like they've been ploughed or drilled or whatever in straight lines, like you would expect, but nobody went round the edge to sort of make it a bit more circular. Now I don't know how true to life that is, but I'm not that keen, so I'm going to make it just a little bit more circular, I think. Which is why I'm not too worried about missing the edges slightly. We've got this big old JD Ripper here as well. This JD is actually too big to go down the road with traffic on, so I had to turn the traffic off in order to do it. And something I'm going to try and do in this series, which I wasn't very good at in the previous one, and it was pointed out to me, I'm going to try and do more first person. So with that in mind, let's switch in. I have been practicing my first person work, and as is usual, there is currently a cat trying to destroy a bag. She's been sleeping for hours, and now she's decided to wake up just as I started recording. But yeah, luckily this guy, this plough, is nice and big, so this job isn't going to take too long. But having said that, that bag that she's playing with is rather annoying, so I am actually going to just go and get rid of the bag for a moment, and I'll be back in a minute. Okay, that should now be a little quieter. Still not going to be completely quiet, but it's better at least. So we'll get down here and we'll just plough this field up. I'm going to try and do... What I'm going to try and do for this series is maybe first person view when I'm in real time and third person view for time lapses. Time lapses in first person can be a bit annoying, especially if I'm doing all of this kind of turning around to see what's going on. So we are going to put this onto a worker, I think. I'm not sure that I'm going to stay doing this job. Like I said, it's not the world's biggest field, but even still, I would like to not be doing this all day, because we do have another job to do, and you can see over there, there is a seeder ready and waiting. That's because we are running seasons. We have so many fields that I can't show you on a crop rotation planner exactly what I'm going to do. Instead, I've had to work it all out offline. And I can just tell you what I'm doing. There we go. Nice. It's not looking too bad. Okie dokie. So now I think we're just going to go and put it onto a standard worker. I'm hoping the worker has enough room to do this and he's not going to complain too much. But we'll see. There should be enough room in the headlands, I think. So, yeah, let's leave it be. He appears to be on multi-terrain angle, which is interesting. So, let's go and get over to the other field. And we can get that guy started. The other field is really not far away. There we go. I think we will just park here in the hedge. We should have enough room to close the gate. We do. Okay. So this is one of the tractors that came, because I started on New Farmer, I kept most of the stuff that they gave us actually, and I've just replaced some of it. So that is the Horsch Pronto. It's a direct drill, which is why I started cultivating it and realised it was pointless. So yeah, direct drill. And this is the JCB 4220, the fast track. Now it doesn't have the actual requirement to do this, but it should be fine. Now I just need to go and quickly check that this field is going to be wheat. Yes, field 62 will be wheat. Like I said, this guy is technically a little bit too small for this, but I think he can do it. I have faith. So let's get into forward drive, switch him on, drop him down. Helper B has completed their task. Okay, let's lift up. I'm going to tab, just because I need to go see the worker. Oh. Let's get over here. Why is that worker stopped? He thinks he's done the job. You most certainly have not, young boy. Or young lady, whoever you were. Great start to the series. Right, let's try this again. Could be that he needs an extra headland taken off. I was hoping that wouldn't be the case, to be honest. Okay, let's get back over to our other tractor. Let's go for a swim. You'll notice that I am trying not to do any tabbing. It's quite difficult though. Right, drop him down. And suppose could put the markers out, but the markers are not going to leave anything because there is a crop there. Okay, well, I think we can do it anyway. So the wheat is going in. It is a little cold for wheat. I'll just put it onto cruise control for a moment. Yeah, wheat needs 5 degrees. But I think it's going to warm up enough. That's what I'm hoping, at least. And I have to say, the tractor is actually performing very, very well. No major issues here. I think he's about 30 horsepower below requirement. He seems to be doing well. So I'm happy. Yes, I am very happy with that. In fact, he's performing admirably. I'm getting 9 to 11 miles an hour. That's good. I'm really hoping this is going to work on the alfalfa, because that was a previous alfalfa field. And this is a direct drill, so I shouldn't have to cultivate it. It should go straight over the top. But I'm not sure. We'll find out as we do the second headland, I suppose. And we're running a lot of the same sort of mods that we were previously. This is the Oxfordshire Geo that I chose. However, I did have to modify it to include the additional crops that come with this map. That was very close. I almost smashed up my Mahindra. Okay, lift him up. Probably be actually looking at the back of the tractor when I do that. Okay, let's try. Let's see exactly what happens. That looks to be working fine. Yes, he is pulling it up. Good. That is exactly what I want. So, I think then it's time for the first time lapse of the series. See you in a moment. Okay, so you will have noticed that I did make a little bit of a mess while trying to give you some slightly different views. I basically messed up a little. And now my cats have decided it's time for play fighting. Honestly, if it's not one, it's the other. That noise is not anyone hurting them. That's actually just them calling each other for playtime. It's a little bit silly. So we're just going to get this piece finished. And then we do have another wheat field to do. Possibly even two, I don't remember. So we might go and do the other wheat field. I need to check on how that work is getting on. Because I think he stopped and not finished. But we need to check. Okay, so and get this guy folded up. I'll just open the gate so I can get him off the soil. Don't really want to leave him sat there on the soil. Okay. Now, let's quickly go to the other tractor and check the ploughing. Alright, so he has missed a few bits then. We'll tidy those bits up ourselves. Won't take long to do that, I don't think. You can do it just by sort of whizzing around the field. He's basically missed the bits where he had to turn. But that's not a big deal, we can get that fixed ourselves. And then I did say I was going to run around the edge of the field, which I'm going to have to do in third person to make sure I do it correctly. I think with the kind of the lack of depth perception that you get in this game, it would be okay to do it normally. You know, real life farmers obviously don't have a third person view. They have drones sometimes, but I don't think they use the drones for checking how close they are to the edge of a field, or field edge. But that is exactly what I'm going to be doing, so I think I'm going to need third person for that. So I will get this bit here done. You can see he's just left one piece basically every time. And there's no liming needed. That's not because I turned lime requirement off. It's just because none of the fields need lime, amazingly. It's quite a shock. This field is going to be cultivated, so we've got a nice seed bed ready for when we come to actually plant it. Okay, and now I'm going to go into the outside view. I'm going to get myself nice and high. I need to turn on allow create fields. There we go. And obviously with such a big machine, this is quite tricky. But I just want to kind of, these weird straight edges we've got, I want to try and tidy them up a little. Now, like I said, I have no clue. Maybe this is how fields look. To me, this just looks a bit unnatural. At least for FS, this looks unnatural. Usually the fields are perfectly square or they're rounded quite well. They don't have these straight bits jutting out. So I'm just going to remove those straight bits with the use of our lovely drone camera that I mentioned previously. That is what this is, of course, is the drone camera. at the gate, I need to be especially careful. There we go. I didn't want to take too much of that gate area out. Here it's going to be very tricky, even in third person view. There we go, slow and steady wins the race. Okay. Almost done now. We're going to be growing quite a few different things. I've picked three crops and 2 types of grass. So we're going to be growing wheat, canola, corn, and clover and alfalfa. The reason for the clover and alfalfa is because we're running maize plus. And the reason for the corn is because it's actually required, let me turn that back to fields, there we go. The corn is actually required for the cow mix, along with beet, because forage extension is turned on. So those are going to have to be fixed. So we're going to leave this guy here actually. He's not going to be needed for the rest of the day, I don't think. Now what else can we work on? So 61 is now ploughed. Yes, 62 is planted. What is the other wheat field? Let me go and check. Okay, so the other fields for wheat are field, let me open this view, 61, which we just ploughed. I'm not going to do that one yet because it needs to be cultivated. 62 and 52. So I think we'll head over to field 52, which, how do I get there? I think if I go through the farm, that should be okay. Put the beacons on. I do need to turn the traffic back on. Like I said, I am very, very impressed with how well this JCB actually did on this seeder. It's good to know because it means I don't have to use the Fent for the seeder all the time. I was a little worried that the Fent was going to end up having to do all of the work. It would have to do the seeding and the ploughing and the cultivating, you know, everything basically. So, field 52. I think there is a lane, yes, just by here. Let's take this, and this should take us to field 52, I think. So here it is, this is field 52 then. And it was a clover field. So this is now going to be seeded. How should we do this? How should we do this? I think we'll do this again on the time lapse, just to get it done. So I'll see you in a moment.
Nothing but waves in this filling in. I wanna dry up, but you just keep on going, don't you? I don't even know how we got here. All my reasoning have disappeared. I wanna bury the hatchet and find the way back to our home, our home, our home. We don't have to drift inside this dome. I will not let us fade away. It's not a price I wanna pay, and it's not too late. No, we lost our purpose, chasing all that surplus. You were all that I need. I feel that we can break free. We can still go back there to a place with no cares. We can turn this ship around. We can turn this ship around all the way back home. Chasing all that we do not have. Chasing all that we don't have. Chasing all that we do not have. We do not all the way back home. Chasing all that we do not have. Chasing all that we don't have. Chasing all that we do not have. We do not. Yesterday we could be ourselves. Didn't have much, but nevertheless we were true to each other. But now we don't even bother. I remember you being hopeful, but the tall waves have worn us down, and slowly we are drowning. That's why you need to come with me, with me, with me. Turn around 180 degrees and cross the sea. I will not let us fade away. It's not a price I wanna pay, and it's not too late. No, we lost our purpose, chasing all that surplus. You were all that I need. I feel that we can break free. We can still go back there to a place with no cares. We can turn this ship around. We can turn this ship around all the way back home. Chasing all that we do not have. Chasing all that we don't.
Okay, so we are almost done. Just got a small piece back here. Try not to turn too tightly. And that means the first 2 fields of wheat are in. I am hopeful that they will germinate. You know, they might not do, but I'm hopeful. There we go. Switch him off, and again, fold him up. So, we're going to take the JCB back to the yard. He is finished for the day. Now, usually I will do this as 1 episode per day, but as this is the starting day, and we have, to be honest, quite a lot of stuff that I want to get done. You know, we're going to want to get things started. So, we're going to go to another day. We're going to have another episode, sorry, in the same day. That will be for next week. Probably. Most probably. For now, let's just go and get this guy parked up. I think the big shed is better. Now, does this open outward or inward? Inward. Excellent. I feel like I sound like Mr. Burns when I say it that way. Excellent. Okay, I still can't really see much. Can I use my mirrors? No, not really. I can kind of just about make out the edge of the door. No, I can't. Made a right mess of that. This machine is so tall, and the mirrors on here are still wrong. Still not in the right angle. Yeah, the mirrors are not great. So we'll put him right here in the middle. If we get any more machinery, we're probably going to have to start jiggling things around. For now, though, that is done. So, you do get to see what the cultivator is. A lovely Vicon, I think? Or is it Caverneland? I do not remember. Cavernland cultivator. So that is going to go probably onto the JCB, maybe onto the Fent, and we're going to cultivate that field that's just been ploughed, but that is a job for next time. For now, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you again soon. Bye bye.